name is Marina. I am the director of admissions at TKS, and I really love this place. It's a special studio. I love it so much that my partner's actually training here right now. So that's how you know that it's Marina approved. I am really, really excited to be here with you. We've done these like, I don't know, Angela, is this like our fourth or fifth one? Done it a few times.
I don't know if it's four or five, at least
Four
four.
or five.
Yeah.
Let's say it's lucky five, lucky number five. And these are fun. Terry's going to do some work with a couple of folks. We're going to get to see how that work shifts and changes and evolves in a short amount of time. He hasn't worked with these folks before, and they haven't worked with him, so it's exciting. We don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. That's exciting and scary, but mostly exciting. Other things that I have to say. We really encourage you to be active in the chat. Tell us how you feel, what you're noticing. We'll have some time between these two coaching sessions to ask questions, discuss things. So that's part of this as well. So if you have a burning question that you're dying to ask, hold on to it and give it to us during those breaks, or you can privately message it to me as well. And I think, Angela, is anything else I missed before I introduce the man of the hour? He
I
hates being
th
called
I
that.
th I think we're all set, but just want to reiterate, if you have questions that come up as you're watching, feel free to drop them in the chat. There will be several moments where we're able to answer questions.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes. And I do need to figure out how to allow everyone to unmute because after each person goes, we're going to do something that's really annoying and really fun where we all unmute and we clap and it sounds crazy. Your computer will sound like it's breaking. So we're going to figure out how to change that function. I went on like auto mode when I started this and was like, make sure that people can't unmute themselves. But y'all are adults mostly, I think. Hopefully, because we're going to see some crazy shit today. Cursing is included. So I think those are all the things I have to say. I'm going to unspotlight myself. And without further ado, yeah, that's the saying. I'm going to introduce Terry Knickerbocker.
Hi, friends. Nice to see you. I'm going to have a little protein drink here because I need it.
Fair.
Thank you so much for taking time to um, spend time together today. You have so many choices for what to do with your time, and we don't take it for granted, and I don't take it for granted. Um, According to our run of show, I'm supposed to share. I don't think I need 15 minutes to talk about my philosophy on actor training. Can you hear me, by the way? Are you
Yes.
able to hear me? Great. Okay. Because hidden over here is a little Mikey, right? So hopefully it's doing its job. Um, oh my goodness. Well, acting is so interesting because so many people start acting without having trained. Like their first experiences as actors, mine and so many people that I meet, like started in grade school. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people start young. Like it just becomes something that you like. Maybe you have a puppet. I don't know. My parents got me a puppet theater, and I like to put on shows. My dad had a chess set of wooden chess pieces, and it came in a wooden box. And I was constantly pretending that it was a boat, and the chess pieces were the people on the boat. And it's like you couldn't necessarily play the trombone without trombone lessons or be in like your school's ballet recital without some kind of ballet class, but you can audition for or get cast in a show as a kid and and have fun and maybe even do okay, if the part is a part you're right for and you get some help with that. Which is how like child actors can give such beautiful performances, like, Henry Thomas in E.T., right? Or Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense, or that beautiful young girl in Beasts of the Southern Wild, which if you haven't seen, you have to go see because it's just such a beautiful indie film about the floods down in Louisiana, and she's just extraordinary. So, acting takes advantage of something that human beings have innately. Two things. One, I'm going to use a fancy word here. We're mimetic creatures. Mimetic meaning like we imitate, right? So that's how, my little daughter or my son is not so little anymore, but still young, like he pretends to do stuff that I do. And, my little daughter has all these baby dolls and feeds them and puts diapers on them because that's what her mom and I did for her. So human beings innately are, that's how we learn how to do stuff, is we watch it and we imitate. And the other thing is that every culture all over the world for all time has always had some relationship to story, right? Whether it's fairy tales or folk tales or just the story in your family. This is where your grandmother was born, and this is what your dad used to do, and this is how we met. So those two things, that we imitate people all the time and that we're connected to stories, make acting something that's could be really native. So then where does training come in? Training is for when the acting gods don't smile on you. Like, you could pick up a script and just right off the bat go, boom, I know who this is. I know like how I can do it. And you don't need to like do all the crafting stuff necessarily that we talk about and that we learn in acting class. But my own journey, and so many people that I meet, is, because you're born with talent. You can't like get any more talent. Talent's kind of what you bring in the suitcases you arrive in. And then for whatever, maybe you have a talent for cooking, or a talent for being a parent, or a talent for physics, or maybe a talent for acting, meaning you enjoy it, and it gives you pleasure to do it, and it's fun, and you kind of maybe have a knack for it, but you don't necessarily know what you're doing all the time. So after doing all those shows, and then in high school, and then in college, I was doing shows because I wasn't an acting major in college. I was a French major, but I was auditioning and doing shows all the time, so much so that I got kicked out of college because I wasn't doing my real work. At a certain point, I was there like, I think I need to learn how to do this. And that's when I went to study acting. Now, at that time, everybody studied acting. Like, if anyone cared about acting, the road to success meant you trained. And maybe you went to a conservatory like NYU, which is where I went, or Juilliard, or Yale, or USC, or UCLA, or Rutgers. Or maybe you went to like a private studio. Like, all these great teachers were alive in those days. Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, Uta Hagen, Sanford Meisner. And you studied at the feet of a master, and you spent 2 years or more learning how to do it, and then you kind of started to launch your career. And at that time, theater was a really important aspect of that. Like, theater was where it was at. Of course, film and TV was good too, especially film. TV didn't have a lot of respect back then. Nowadays, a lot less people want to train. So the fact that you're even here to me is like such a blessing and so amazing, because people are in a hurry overall, and they're also anxious. And there's a kind of an Amazon Prime mentality around life in general, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I want my groceries delivered now. I send you a text message. Why are you taking so long to respond? I sent it like 10 minutes ago. Or I don't know what, Hinge or Tinder, like, oh, I think I want to get laid tonight. Well, doobity boop boop, and all that, like courtship and writing love letters and taking time and like stuff like that is not really how people function so much these days. And people's idea of success, which makes me sad, often is, if I ask someone what their goals are, they'll say their goals are to be a working actor, and they'll think that that's an amazing goal. Like, I want to make my living, I want to pay my expenses from SAG-AFTRA money, not from Starbucks money. And to be sure, that's respectable, but it has no relationship to quality. So you can be a working, you can be a member of SAG. I had a woman in my class once. She was Mariska Hargitay's stand-in for like 10 years on SVU, Law and Order SVU. She never acted ever, but she got a weekly paycheck and bought all kinds of nice property and stuff like that, because when Mariska was, getting changed and getting makeup done and all kinds of stuff, she'd be the one that they were doing the camera blocking with. So if your idea of success is that you pay your bills with SAG-AFTRA money, then you don't need to train because you can just get followers these days. Like, sadly, Netflix and Hulu and all those folks will cast someone in a project if they have 1 million followers. They don't care if they can act, they just know that those eyeballs are going to come with that person, like influencers and stuff like that. That's weird to me. So they're like, why would I want to train? So, this to me goes directly to my own personal deep values, which I selfishly want you all to have my values. Now, not about everything, but about art. Because I think that actors are artists, artists and craftspeople, and that art is important. It's not frivolous. It's extremely important, and it's even more important now in these troubled times that we're in than ever. And if you're going to tell the story, you should do it well. Because if you don't do it well, you won't be relevant and you won't be respected and it won't be effective. And that's where craft comes in. So my value is that what I care most about in all things, from the most mundane to the most elevated, is some relationship to quality. That when things are done well, it's meaningful and it feels good to be doing it well and it feels good to be receiving it well. You know, if I have an Uber driver who's extra careful, that feels good. And if they're like on the phone and the cab smells of chicken and they drive too fast, that's not a good quality Uber ride. That doesn't feel good to me. And there's this word, you guys know in the culture called mid, right? And from what I understand, because I'm a bit of a fucking geezer here, but I'm surrounded by young people, so I try and stay relevant and current. But mid to me, from what I understand, just means like it's okay. Like it's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. And so much content these days is mid. It's not great. It's not appointment TV. It's not something that like you've got to see it. And people settle for that. So as long as they have a job, wow, I'm on a new show. It's on Netflix. What's it about? I don't know, man, but it's a job. That to me is sad. So what really matters and what will have lasting value, there were a lot of writers during Shakespeare's time. We just don't know about any of them because they weren't that great. But Shakespeare remains, and a few others, because his work was so profound. There were a lot of composers around the time of Mozart and Bach and Beethoven and Brahms and Haydn and all those cats, right? We don't know about them because they didn't do much with what they had. So real art, just like real fashion, like why do people still pay attention to like a Chanel skirt from like 1945? Because it's epic, because it's beautiful, right? Why do we go to museums and see paintings from 300 years ago or 50 years ago? Because they're great. And so having some relationship to caring about the craft and wanting to do it really, really well, let's just say the best you can do it, is to me the North Star. And when it comes to acting, that means I want to be, this is the goal I hope you have, I want to be the best actor I can be. Not I want to win awards. Not I want to inspire people, right? Because you have no control over either of those things. Not even I want to make a living at it, although I want you to. But I want to be the best actor I can be so I can play leading roles in projects I care about. And if you are consistently the best in the room because you have a craft, you will be successful for sure. That I believe. That is to say, build it first and then ship it. And then when people see that, they'll go, wow, that's special. I think, right? And it'll last. So, to bring it back to training, training is what makes that happen. Like, when you get a chance to work with a really good teacher, with a really good group, with a really good school that cares, and spend time, because it takes time. Like a lot of people come to us and say, can you teach me how to act in like a month? or a weekend. I mean, they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you think Steph Curry became Steph Curry in a week or a month? Or Miles Davis? This shit takes time, and it's about practice. So, to me, learning the craft and learning it well and not wasting your time with mediocre training just because it's cheaper. I mean, if you had cancer, would you go to the cheapest doctor? That's crazy, man. Right? I think you want to go to the best one and arrange for that. So, I don't know, Marina, did I cover it? Did I cover
think
my philosophy on training?
I think you covered it and more. Thank you, Terry. That was wonderful. All right. So we're gonna do some work now. Are you ready,
Oh,
Terry?
and it's fun too. It's like
That's true. I forgot that part.
it's really fun to do it and it's so pleasing to do it. Like it feels so good to make something good, whatever that is, right? And to strive for that. And it's hard. By the way, it's hard. You got to make a lot of bad cakes before you make a good cake.
Yeah, all the IRTA folks here have heard me say your line. This is not your Amazon Prime version of training. And I think that
Yeah.
it's not something you're going to get quick and easy, but the quality is going to be good and it's going to take a long time. And if that's what you are here to do, you really want to be the best, then this is a place to do it. And we're excited to show you some of what that could look like.
Yeah.
You ready, Terry?
I am. And this could be, by the way, friends, this could be a disaster. This could be a disaster, right? So we'll see how it goes. No promises. My simple goal, we're going to look at two scenes. We're going to look at two scenes from a play from the 80s, I think, is that when Closer came out, and a play from the 70s. And we have two wonderful actors, and then we have two readers with them. What I'm going to do, just so they know, is I'm going to hide my camera, turn off my camera. You actors who are working should turn off self view, and then you should. Can they pin the other person, Marina, or are they already spotlit?
They're already spotlit. So you
Okay,
go to the top right view and then hide self view so you're
right.
not watching.
So you're not looking at yourself, and I'm gonna. So the only person you'll be able to see is the other actor, and these are relatively short scenes, and I'm gonna like scribble some notes while you're doing it, and then my simple goal, it'll be sort of like a rehearsal, right? And my simple goal is to help make it better, whatever that means. Better to me is I see a frown on Carolina's face. What happened, Carolina?
No, because I'm trying hide self view and it's not hiding me. And so I'm trying to
Oh,
Chris,
you
pin
you
Chris.
you have the option to hide self view.
I'm
Try
trying.
clicking it off and then on again because I think that
I
was
I did it too. It doesn't work.
okay.
I
So
think, you know what? I think I'm just, if I can pin him, I think that'd be best for me if I can pin him.
Can you unspotlight them, Marina, and then
yes.
then people will just see them. They'll just kind of flip back and forth.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Perfect.
all right,
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, all right. So
And I pinned
then
you. Great.
everyone else, you should turn off your cameras, please, and mute yourselves. Um,
And I'm not off book, just FYI.
that's fine. That's
Please
good.
forgive
That's
me.
good. So, so this is a play called Loose Ends by Michael Weller, who, by the way, used to be my downstairs neighbor when I lived in the East Village. Not for
Wow.
his home, but he had his office in a little storefront that my landlord, my Italian landlord, rented to him, and he was there for years. And he wrote this play like beneath me.
Wow.
Before we start, that's very cool. But before we start, because I'm not spotlighting, if y'all want to see these two big on your screen, just go to the three dots next to them and then press pin. So I'm going to do that so I can see it and hopefully it captures it in the video. And then you guys should be able to see them too and not the thousands of little squares. All right. You guys are
Okay.
good.
You can pin two people at once.
Yeah, you can pin as many as you want, Chris. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Oh, really?
So, so this is a married couple, Paul and Susan, and the backstory here is that it's Susan's birthday, and they're married. One of them is a photographer, and the other's a film editor. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
And it's been a wonderful day, and they have a really wonderful marriage. What's happened just before, and they have some friends over who are going to go out and celebrate Susan's birthday. And unbeknownst to Susan at the beginning of the scene, and we're going to pick up sort of in the middle of the scene. Her husband, Paul, has found out that she had an abortion without telling him. And that is a big deal to him because he knows that she knows that they were always planning to have children and that he really wanted to have children, and that was part of their agreement. And so this is about a betrayal from Paul's point of view. And of course, Susan, I would say, does love Paul and had her reasons for keeping this a secret. But that doesn't mean necessarily that she wants to be rid of Paul or even that she never wants to have a kid, just not in that moment. So we kind of pick it up midstream where they're in the middle of this discussion, fight, battle over this new information. Yeah, did I miss anything? Is that good, you guys?
No, that's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my video off, and whenever you're ready, and then I'll come back in and we'll play around with it.
We have everything we want. We're we're so good at doing all of these things that make us able to have all of this stuff, but we can't get it together to have one stupid little baby. Us. The two of us together. I mean, doesn't that seem intuitively wrong? Absurd? Something like that?
No, Paul. I'm sorry, it doesn't. The only thing I find strange is the way I keep feeling like I have to have a baby to be enough for you. I mean, what if having a baby isn't the most important thing to me than some other things? What if all I want is us, you, and the work? I mean, can that be enough, Paul? Paul, Paul, answer me. Am I enough for you without a baby? I see. And you wanted to know why I couldn't tell you?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. Why didn't you say something before this?
Maybe I didn't want to know what I just found out. Well, Paul, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you are so unhappy about your accomplishments because I am pretty happy with mine and I don't find a reason why I shouldn't. Doug does well and you laugh. You find it funny. You do well and it's wrong. You can have it always, babe. You have what you have. If you want it, you keep it and you don't make excuses about it. If you want to be a saint, go back and make fucking build outhouses in the front of the gully.
Oh boy.
What?
We're in a lot of trouble, aren't we?
I guess we are.
So, what now?
I don't know. Should we be talking about this right now?
No, no. Let's go out and have a great night with Ben and Janice and Phil.
All right. Let's talk about it now.
Okay.
What are we going to do about it?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to do something, aren't we?
Like a divorce, you mean?
Is that what you want?
Do you?
Well, I haven't exactly been thinking about it a whole lot. Not today. Are you serious?
Isn't that what's going on here? I mean, can you think of anything else that we could do?
Well, well, happy birthday.
I meant it to hurt, Susan.
Yes. I'll I'll call a lawyer in the morning.
Liar. Okay.
Fine.
Jesus.
All right, great. All right. Well, there's a lot of good in that. A lot of really quality work. Um, One thing I'm appreciating is that nobody's pushing, so you're not trying to make. I'm gonna, if you don't mind the applause and all that stuff for later. I mean, you can put stuff in the chat, but the emojis are a little bit distracting because we're gonna work for a bit, even though. So nobody's pushing. Nobody's reaching to feel something that is not organic right now, and it's obviously a high stakes scene. So then the question becomes, well, how was it, and what, if anything, would make it better? Meaning, I don't know what, clearer, or
Mm,
maybe simpler, or something that's not revealing itself right now, perhaps?
mm.
So tell me, I hear some, it's like, I hear some ums coming from Carolina, but put those into words, or just what, how did that feel, and where would you want to take this? And I think it's actually really important for actors to have some kind of a sense of how their work went, not necessarily while it's happening, but afterwards, because a lot of directors in this business don't know a lot about acting. Sometimes you're lucky and they do, but often they know more about like editing and camera placement and lighting and stuff like that, and they don't always know how to talk the language that actors respond to. So in some ways you have to sometimes be director proof, or have a coach or someone who's really guarding and caretaking your work with you, right? So how did that feel? And what do you think it needs in terms of adjusting, if anything?
Um, well, is that a question for
Yeah,
me?
yes, please, mostly,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, thank you. What was surprising, some of the feelings that came up, and just going with that, was fun. It's
Yes,
just the emotions that got triggered, the hurt, the pain that came up,
yes,
the disappointment. I think for me, obviously, I'm not fully off book and searching for words, and
that's fine.
that, so that always frazzles me so much because I'm such a like prep person. Um,
That's okay, no problem, because we're rehearsing.
yeah.
And you
But
know,
I get that can get me in my head, and so
only if you
I
put
think,
pressure on yourself,
which I do all the time.
right? But partly the business does that because the time frame of the business is so unnatural. You know, Stanislavski took 2 years to rehearse the original production of The Seagull. You
Wow.
in episodic television, you're sometimes doing an episode a week or every 10 days. I mean, it's just nuts. You know,
Hmm.
a Broadway show in 3 weeks of rehearsal. So, So there's this like, you get sides and you have to pump it out and put it, send it in the next day for an audition. So we have an unnatural pressure on ourselves, but actually it's okay to rehearse and to practice and to explore. And sometimes it's okay to have the book there. And rehearsing with the book is useful. It's just,
Hmm.
it's not what you normally do for film and television because you have to like get the words and show up, right? But that's a little bit too much pressure. So I'm okay with you. Maybe you could relax the frazzle
Mm.
and just like let's have some moments together.
I think also like the ending. I think I was maybe anticipating the ending, the
Yes,
divorce.
it felt like that a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I felt like. Instead of like not, that's just not even a conversation. That's not even on my mind. And when that comes, it's such a
Yes. Yes,
I think for Susan is definitely the last thing that she would think that he would want or even
that's
throw
right.
that word around.
That's right.
Um, so yeah, so that was I think bring not playing the end or anticipating the end.
Correct. Well,
And I just
you always want to be in the moment, and actors have to have to do this weird thing of like forgetting what they know. Like you're in Romeo and Juliet, everyone dies, and then you have to like forget about it so that it happened. Or I like the horror movie idea. Like you're in a horror movie, and the scene is you walk in, and you're walking in the woods with your friends, and you go, "Hey guys, look, it's a cabin." Right? And like everyone goes, cool, and of course the actors know that behind that door is going to be some kind of zombie, but you have to kind of forget that. So, I think, Christopher, I think you might have done this scene. We do this scene from Clifford Odets' play called Waiting for Lefty, and he comes in and all the furniture has been, the apartment's empty because they've taken away the furniture, and he doesn't know that. And he's in a really great mood, and the actor has to create this moment of surprise, which means that he has to expect that there's going to be furniture in the room. So when he goes, "Hey, where's all the furniture, honey?" It happens organically. So that's true. You didn't expect a divorce. I think what's interesting in this scene is in the victim perpetrator paradigm, Paul feels like he's the victim and you're the perpetrator.
hmm
And for you, it's the opposite. I mean, you do know that you didn't tell him, and you could feel a little bad about that, but you didn't tell him because you knew that he wouldn't accept it. Meaning you couldn't tell him ahead of time. You couldn't say, "Listen, I'm pregnant. I know we want a baby. It's not the right time for me. So we have to take care of it." He wouldn't be able to understand because he's like a dog with a bone when it comes to babies. Which is why your question's so important. Am I enough for you without a baby? It's as
Yeah.
if the only reason he wants you, it feels like, is for your ovaries to create, to create something for him to have. Like you're a baby factory.
Yeah.
And of course you love him, but what if you didn't have a baby? Is that a deal breaker? Do we end our relationship? To me, the most important line in the whole scene is, "Am I enough for you without a baby?"
Mhm.
And what I'm watching right now, and I want to start it again, and maybe I'll side coach you if I have your permission to do that, without my picture on, but just my voice. So it'll be like sort of the voice of somebody in the room. Is see if we can get a little bit more open because right now it feels like it's a fight and it's
Yeah.
not actually two people working to be seen and understood because they don't feel seen and understood,
Hmm.
right?
Great.
That we don't want to anticipate that it's already over and this is just fuck you, fuck you. That it's like, can you see me? Can you understand me? Do you love me? Right? Do you know what this feels like for me? Right? So I think it can be a bit more open,
Yep.
right? So let's start again. And I may ask you to repeat lines. I may offer you some paraphrases of lines, and if you're willing to just go with it, we'll see where this goes. And by the way, what we already saw was really, really good. So this is just exploration. Yeah?
Thank
You up
Yeah,
for
that's
that?
great. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. My God, yes.
Okay, so let's give it a
All right,
shot.
I'm going to remove your spotlight again so everybody, you can pin these two so you can see them big on your screen and they don't have to look at their little faces.
Marina, how much time do I have?
Let's see. We started a little bit late.
Yeah.
We technically have like no time, but let's do another 5 minutes.
Okay, a
Yeah.
little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Okay, let's see what happens.
Hold on. Chris, hold on. Let me pin you. Sorry. Okay.
Ah, uh,
Uh,
Oh, I have to tell everyone, when he says I meant it to hurt and happy birthday, at the beginning of the scene, he surprises her with this present of an ancient Chinese horse that he picked up at an antique shop. And the story of the horse is that they would put the ashes of a dead young prince, a prince or a princess who died young, into the horse so that it could travel on to its next life. He spent $97,081 or $1978 or whenever this play was written on it, which is a lot of money. He spent everything on it. And then she thinks it's just this amazing present. At the end, he kind of pulls the rug out from under and says, well, we needed something for all the ashes, all the unborn embryos. Is that what you did with it? Did you burn it or did you have it just thrown in a baggie and thrown in the trash? So when he says I meant it to hurt, it's like the Trojan horse. He brings literally the Trojan horse. He brings this beautiful present that's wrapped up and he kisses her and they're really connected and she's in a great mood. And then at the end he kind of goes, fuck you. Right? And that's kind of how the scene begins. So that's what she means when he says, well, happy birthday, and I meant it to hurt. And he picked her birthday on purpose to have this confrontation so that it would hurt the most, which suggests to me, Christopher, that you're really hurt,
mm-hmm,
not just angry.
mm-hmm.
How could you do this to me? Is what this is about. Okay, whenever you're ready.
We have everything we want. We're so good at doing all these things that make us able to have all of this stuff. But we can't get together to have one stupid little baby.
Say, how come?
How come? We, ca- we can't get it together to have one stupid little baby. How come? Us. The two of us together. How come? Doesn't that seem intuitively wrong? Absurd. Something
Use the
like
word
that.
strange because she's going to repeat it. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Doesn't that seem strange to you? Intuitively wrong? Absurd? Something like that?
no, Paul. I'm sorry. It doesn't. I mean, what I think it's strange is the way I keep feeling like I have to have a baby to be enough for you.
Don't work so hard with that. Just let him see that. That's how you feel every day.
The only thing I find strange is the way I keep feeling like I have to have a baby to be enough for you. I mean, what if having a baby isn't the most important thing to me?
What if I decide? Because you get to
What if
decide
what if I decide? Okay.
that.
What if I decide that having a baby isn't the most important thing to me as some other things?
Right, but what about that? What if you actually do that? You say, you know what? I thought I wanted a baby, but maybe I don't, because then it means I can't do some other things I want to do. What if I decide that? Is that okay? Do I get to be me?
What if I decide that there's other things that I want to do than having a baby? What if I decide that that's not the most important thing to me? Please tell me, what if I decide that all I want is you and me.
But that forever, like I want that. What if I decide I really want just us?
What if I decide that I just want us, you and me, you and me forever, and you and our work, and I love what we have together. What if I decide that what we have is just perfect? Come on, can that be enough?
But ask it as if it could be. Couldn't that be enough? That could be, right?
Paul, couldn't that be enough? Just you and me, the work that we have, the life that we have, couldn't that be enough?
Say his name.
Paul,
Say it again.
Paul,
Say it one more time.
Paul, please answer me.
Ask the question and hope for an answer of yes. Don't pull away. Don't pull away. Am I enough?
Am I enough for you without having a baby?
But have a hope in that. I am, right?
Am I enough for you to have? Am I enough for you
Without a
without
baby.
having a baby?
Breathe. Look at her. Look at her. Okay, I see.
I see.
That's your answer. And don't lock it all up. Just justify.
And you wanted to know why I couldn't tell you.
Great. Okay. I wish we had an hour more because we could work on this a lot, but that was different and deeper for both of you, right? And maybe the beginning of how we might begin to work on this together.
Mm,
One of the things that actors often focus on is the problem. And I always invite actors to focus on the solution,
Hmm.
right? And so what you did the first time was so lovely, but it didn't have the idea for both of you that isn't there a way we can work this out?
yeah, for sure.
I mean, and then you pulled away, which I understand your heart wants to pull away, but I kind of want to keep your body there for that moment of I see. And you wanted to know why I couldn't tell you, so that you stay with him and say, here's the other part of what's happening inside me, because you're all fucked up about why I didn't tell you. Why would I tell you to find out what I just found out? I'm not a masochist. It's not safe to tell you things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't sign a contract that said, yes, I'll marry you as long as I produce a child.
Mm-hmm.
Because even people who want to have children can't always have children. You know? Like, if that's the deal in my contract, I'm not sure I want that contract. So much of this scene is about the discoveries that happen
Yes. Mm.
and the intimacy of it, because even a fight is intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, Marina, we should just do one of these next time. But maybe,
No, we got some more exciting.
I know. We got the Jeremy and another one. But anyway, friends, now you can applaud and emoji and all
Yeah,
that kind of
I
stuff.
figured out how to unmute. So everybody unmute, put your cameras on, and we're gonna clap. Don't make me do it alone. I'll
Oh,
seem
please
crazy.
don't clap. No.
Unmute. Can you guys unmute? Yay!
Hey, good job,
Bringing
everyone.
the mic in.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about. All right, so
Yeah. I want you to know, friends, what you just saw was really, really cool stuff on their part. Two generous, open, skilled actors with big hearts who never met each other till today. doing it, and that was just a tiny little taste because it's a hard scene. But I hope you got something from that from these wonderful actors, and thank you so much for your generosity, you guys.
And thank
Thank
you,
you.
Chris,
Oh,
for being a reader. I know
Yeah.
you did this scene
thank
in
you,
your first year.
I sure did. Yeah. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you,
Chris.
Terry.
You're so lovely. Thank you so much.
You
He's
too.
also funny as hell. We'll have to do a funny scene next time. Yeah.
So let's take a couple minutes for let's get like one or two questions. We're a bit behind, but that's okay. We're just gonna have less questions at the end. But I want to take one or two questions for Terry at this time. So if anyone has a burning question, Chemo or Kaimo, I see your hand up first. Uh, where are you from? Is it Chemo or Kaimo?
It's chemo.
Chemo.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, man.
How did you hear about this?
Through my agent, Brenda Wong.
Oh, up in Vancouver. Brenda's like
Yeah.
everybody's agent.
Yeah, I know. I
She's
see Jay here and
Jay,
other
Miriam,
other folks here.
Dave.
Yeah.
Love it, Daryl. Yeah, and Troy.
Holy
We have
cow.
lots of Brenda's folks. Chemo, what's your question?
Yeah, you went to the third to get her to say the third Paul and I felt it. I'm sure Chris is right there, he felt it too. Was that instead of saying it twice, is it like a
It's actually three times in the script.
oh, is it?
Yeah, she says Paul, 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 period, Paul, period, Paul, comma, answer me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it just tugged right on the third one. I felt it's
Mm.
hard for me to water up, but I was definitely watering up on that one.
Text is good.
So what's the question? Or are you just giving us some
No,
flour?
I wondered why you gave it that third, but if it was in
Oh,
the script, then okay.
yeah.
We're working
Hmm.
with the text.
Okay.
I love
Can I say something about that?
Is Preet crying? Preet, are you crying?
No, no, I'm not crying.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping.
Chris, what were your thoughts?
I thought something that was so brilliant while I'm working with Carolina was that taking the time in the moments of those Pauls. It wasn't, she wasn't pushing or rushing to say Paul, 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 because that's what the words say on the script. Like they are each their own moment. And like you're
Mm.
right. Every time you said it, like I really was, I mean, you were breaking my heart.
Oh, thank you. But that's great because Terry, you coaching that and guiding that was such as was all the things, the nuances that are behind all the unspoken that were spoken that were underneath it too, you know.
I love that. I saw Joe's hand up next. So Joe Carson, if you want to hit us with your question, we'd love to hear it.
Hi Terry, hi everybody. Great to see you.
Where the hell are you?
Uh,
Wave your hand so I can find you because I go, oh yeah, like, oh, there you are. Yeah. What a great football name and actor name and that's a great name. Where are you?
I'm in LA now.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I have one and a half questions, sort of. One about the scene. When you kept interjecting with like these alternatives for the words
Yeah.
in the script, was that more so you trying to evoke a certain emotion or bring something out of the actors, or was that more you trying to get them to focus on the solution of the scene?
Um, both in a way. Um, there's a thing in the Meisner training, and it's not just Meisner, but it is part of the work we do in the second year, specifically with these poems called Spoon River Anthology, where we work on what Meisner called an actor's paraphrase. And paraphrasing, which means putting something in your own words, um, and or sometimes they're just some like key phrases that are useful sometimes that can help an actor sort of drop into the groove of what's happening because the text can sometimes feel far away.
Mm.
Um, and so uh, it's something I use a lot because I have two practices related to acting that I do. One is I teach this Meisner technique at my studio, which um, Christopher was a student there, and a lot of the people here. And I hope some of you will come and do it because we love to do the work at our studio, and we have a great studio. So there's that. And then I also have a coaching practice mostly because I'm expensive, with people who already have parts. I mean, I will coach for an audition. I don't object to that. But it becomes expensive because you can't control whether you get a part or not. So the people I tend to coach are people who have are like number one, number two, number three on the call sheet, and already have the part. And because, as I said before, there's no real good directing or even rehearsal for, film and TV, it's helpful to have a coach. So part of what I do when we're coaching is a little bit of what we just saw here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
That. I see a lot of questions. I want to get to them. Here's what I'm going to ask those who have questions. If you could privately message me them, we're going to get to more questions after this next bit.
Jesus,
So
Brenda has sent everybody. We need to like send Brenda some cookies or something, Marina.
we can
All
send her
right.
more actors.
But I
Well,
don't see Brenda here. Is Brenda here? No, she just sends people.
that's
Right.
nice.
And,
All
and
right,
there's
Terry.
and there's Melora who was going to take my class and then just disappeared. Melora, right? Why?
Laura, you're going to come back. I
I
believe in
hope you will. I hope you will. You're a sweet, sensitive human. Um,
Love it. Melora, let's get to your question next after this next group. Because we're going to see some work, something different. We're going to shake it out and then get to some more work, a different type of scene, as I understand it. Let's see. Where's I might need Gracie and Angelin to help me with spotlighting our next folks. I'm not seeing them. Oh, there's so many people, so many little boxes. Angelin or Gracie, can I get your help, Pio?
I'm here. I don't
Oh,
know.
there you are, Jeremy. All
I
right.
Yeah.
did I
Perfect,
spotlight
perfect.
him? Okay.
There we are. Okay. And then let me get Terry on there as well. All right, Terry,
okay.
we're
Hi.
switching gears.
Okay. What's that?
Switching gears to
We are.
something new.
Yeah, it's different. So this is from a play that was also a movie, called Closer by Patrick Marber, and it was on Broadway, and actors love this play because it's very spicy, and it's all about like people switching beds and power and relationships, and everyone's betraying everyone. So this is a scene between there are four characters: Larry, Dan, Alice, and Anna. And Larry and Anna met in kind of a strange way, through sort of an online sex chat room, kind of. But now they are married. Are they married at this point in the script? Have they
Yeah.
married? I think they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're married, and uh, things are not so great at this point between them. They're never really great with anybody in this play. I mean, they are briefly, and then, but basically, everyone ends up rather unhappy, and there's a lot of betrayal. So Larry is gonna, well, you'll just see. I don't think I need to explain much more, but Larry's gonna share something with Anna, and then Larry's gonna get a surprise.
Hmm.
All right. And again, I'm gonna see if I can, you'll go through it, and then I'll see what we can do to make it better, clearer, simpler, more open, whatever that might be. Okay. So whenever you're ready, I'm
And
gonna.
I'll remove your spotlight so you guys can hide your self view and you don't have to look at yourself unless you've already figured it out. Are you guys able
No,
to?
I can still see myself.
I
Okay.
turned off mine. Oh, well,
Oh wait.
I see mine.
Okay, I think I'm good.
So now everybody, and I know some people joined late. Welcome, folks. You're just going to pin these two actors so you can see them. So you're going to press the three little dots next to their name and then pin, and then we're going to all turn our cameras off. All right, you guys set?
Yep.
Yeah. Why are you dressed?
Because because I think you might be about to leave me, and I didn't want to be wearing a dressing gown. I slept with someone in New York. A whore. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me.
Why?
For sex. I wanted sex. I wore a condom.
Was it good?
Yes.
Paramount whore?
No. 40 something street.
Where did you go?
Her place.
Nice.
Not as nice as I'm really sorry.
Why did you tell me?
I couldn't lie to you
Why not?
because I love you.
It's fine.
Really? Why?
Guilt present?
Love present. Something's wrong. Anna, are you leaving me? Why?
Dan,
Cupid? He's our joke.
I love him.
You're seeing him now.
Yes.
Since when?
Since my opening last year. Disgusting.
Phenomenal. You're so clever. Why did you marry me?
I stopped seeing him. I wanted us to work.
Why did you tell me you wanted children?
Because I did.
And now you want children with him?
Yes. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Why?
I need him.
But we're happy, aren't we?
Yes.
Are you going to live with him?
Yes, you stay here if you want to.
I don't give a fuck about the spoils. You did this the day that we first met. You let me hang myself for your amusement. Why didn't you tell me the second I walked through the door?
Because I was scared.
Because you're a coward. You spoiled bitch. Are you dressed because you think I was going to hit you? What do you think I am?
I've been hit before.
Not by me. Is he a good fuck?
Don't do this.
Just answer the question. Is he good?
Say yes, Sam.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All righty. Wow, what a cheery play this is, right? It's so delightful. How did that go? And what would make it better?
Uh,
La,
I was just trying. Huh?
La Kera, if you don't mind turning your camera off, that would be helpful for us right now. Thank you. We'll see you more in a bit. Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry. How did that go? Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. I was just trying to be in the moment, but I was a little thrown off by, I guess it was my feedback or something that was throwing me off a little bit.
You mean like audio feedback?
Yeah.
I think
'Cause I
what was
kept,
happening was your sound, you were hearing your sound through Sam's
oh,
I heard it too.
I didn't hear any of that. What happened?
no,
There was some sound funkiness. There was like an echo of Jeremy's
Oh,
voice.
okay. Well, that happens sometimes, but
yeah.
separate from that, sorry you had to experience that, but
It's okay. I was just trying to stay in the moment for you.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I saw that. So now we want to talk about like, I don't know, script analysis and
Mhm.
um, because you can get a lot in act, a lot of good in acting can happen just by what you just said, that, you know, it's a phrase we often use about being in the moment, but it really means that you're present, you're listening, you're responding, you're working from unanticipated moment to unanticipated moment. And there's so much good in that. Where does an actor's homework come in? And where does interpretation come in? And now that we think about this scene and what you did, and you were in the moment with Sam, each of you, but where's character? Where's the shape of the scene? What would make it have a beginning, middle, and end? What's the journey? And how did that go? And what do you think would make it clearer or yeah, better?
Um, I guess just being able to dig deeper into that relationship and what that means to me.
So what would that be? What do you know? What needs adjusting?
Yeah, I guess that need for her.
You know, it's funny, in this play, I don't think anybody really loves anybody. It's a very cold play in many ways. They say they love each other, and there's a lot of chasing each other, but at the end, no one wins. Um, so how do you feel? What you don't want to be left, but you don't necessarily want her. You do want her, but more than that, you don't want to be left. And then what's worse than being left is being replaced. So if we look at the journey of the scene, you don't get particularly upset, it seems to me, when you find out that she's seeing someone else too. What is the hardest moment for you in the scene, would you say?
That's well,
I don't mean
that's
hard as an actor, I mean for the character.
yeah. That she didn't tell me the truth.
No,
No?
I don't
That
think so. I mean, this is all interpretation, so you're welcome. This is called closer. Um, uh, and
or
there,
Dan?
what's that? Yes, for
Dan?
you. Yes. Well, no, that's part of it because there's class is an issue here, right? So
Hmm.
you say our Cupid, but you know, you're a successful dermatologist, and Dan writes obituaries. So it's kind of like you're leaving me for that? Yes, that's part of it. But there's something even deeper, I think.
The loss of control?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Because he's not in control of the situation or the relationship anymore.
Yeah, that feels a little generic to me. I think there's something really particular in the scene. And I don't mean to torture you so I can share it with you, but I wanted to dig around and give you a chance to speak. But if you'd like, I'll tell you my opinion.
You can tell me your opinion.
My opinion is that where the scene pivots, where there's a turn, is when you find out that she's going to have a child with him.
Okay.
Because that is legacy. That means that you're being replaced, right? And there's something eternal, or at least that will happen long after you're dead and cold in the ground, that she's going to do with someone else that you don't get to do. it's not a big deal to you, not such a big deal to you, because everyone in this play cheats. Everyone in this play hops from bed to bed. So in the interest of being clean and feeling like if I'm clean, then I'm doing the right thing. So I'm going to tell you what I did. I saw this person. By the way, I did it in the best way. She's just a whore. She doesn't mean that much. And I wore a condom. I just want you to know so that everything's above board. That makes me kind of noble. I want you to know that. Oh, oh, you did that too. Okay, well, people do that. What's going on? And then the first cut is that it's Dan. You're right about that. But the big cut, the coup de grace, is that she's going to have a child with him because you were planning to have children. So it's like they recast the role, right?
Yeah.
You're playing Hamlet, and then you find out that, I don't know, some fucking clown from the circus is going to play Hamlet. And that was your part. And you're married to the director,
Mhm.
right? So at the moment, it's very fine what you're doing, but it's a bit staying on the same level throughout, and there's not much of a journey. And I'm always looking for what's the journey, the character's journey, but even in a scene, what's the journey? What's the beginning and the middle and the end? Where do we start and where are the surprises? Like we saw in that last scene that when Susan finds out through Paul's silence that she's not enough for him without a baby, that goes someplace else. That takes her someplace else. Right? So there's a discovery here, and I think you have one too. So am I making sense to you?
Yes.
That was a yes
No,
that wasn't a yes.
only no. I'm because I'm thinking about yes, yes, yes. It does.
Well, what do you want to say?
No, I was just saying. So I understand that yes, that makes sense. But I guess because the scene is 5 pages, right?
Well, we're going to do this part. So
Yeah.
even if I took a page, there's a beginning, middle, and end.
Agreed. Yes.
Even if I took a paragraph, there's a beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
Like fractals, right? So there's a beginning, middle, and end from page one to the end of the play in a
Yes.
scene, in a beat of a scene, right? We could say that this is a beat in the scene. It's not the full scene, but it still has a journey in it. There's something that's happening that's progressive, right? There's some discoveries. And right now, those aren't really happening in much of a meaningful way yet. So I want to see if I can help that. Sam, I need you to be a little less open, and which is a weird request, but I want you to be a little bit tougher, right? Not
Okay.
meaner, but like you've made your decision.
I
And
got that sense at first. Okay.
yes, right. So it's a little cleaner.
Okay.
And when you say at the end, you know, are you dressed because you thought I might hit me? I might hit you? What do you think I am? She says, I've been hit before, not by me. That's a threat. You could kill her. You could kill her because she's destroying you. She's humiliating you. You've been replaced. It's like she's saying your dick isn't big enough. You're staring at me, Jeremy.
I was waiting for you to finish. I mean,
I'm never finished, so you might as well just interrupt.
okay. I don't have anything else.
I'm not sure about that, Anna. I don't know if he thought she was going to hurt her with the whore because I think he tells her that as if he's giving her a present. If I come clean to you, will you stay? He says, I think you're going to leave me. He doesn't want her to leave him. If I tell you the truth, will you stay? It makes you feel superior to her, and it makes you feel noble, right? So we go from something there's even some humor in this. So I'm going to play with it with you. If you're willing, we'll just sort of do the same thing. I'm going to turn my camera off and I'll side coach. And we'll see if we can make it a little bit better if you're open to that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And Sam, just don't be such a bleeding heart.
Okay.
Okay, you
So
need a little.
folks can pin them again.
Yes, thank you, Marina. Marina is such an amazing stage manager. Okay, and so much more than that, but
Thank you, Terry.
okay, all right. So whenever you're ready. See, that's a joke in the beginning. I thought you were going to leave me and I didn't want to wear a dressing gown. I mean, if I'm going to be left, I want to have the right clothes. There is humor in this bleak play.
Okay.
It's not a big joke, but not everything's heavy. Because you have confidence that if you tell her this, it's going to work out. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Why are you dressed?
Because I think you might be about to leave me, and I didn't want to be wearing a dressing gown. I slept with a whore.
It's not quite it. I slept with someone in New York,
Yeah.
right? Don't make this heavy. Don't anticipate that this is heavy. By the way, the other day, my son is supposed to, he's in seventh grade. He's supposed to, if he doesn't come home, he's supposed to have after school. He's taking drama. And I said, "How's drama?" And he said, "Oh, I left early." And he was telling some weird story about it. And then after a while, he said, "I actually need to tell you, I didn't go to drama. I went to Nico's house." Right? He got ahead of the curve by confessing, thinking that that way, instead of us finding out, it was better. So telling her is better than her finding out. Right? Start again and see if you can make that joke about the dressing gown a bit lighter, like meringue. Ask him again.
Why are you dressed?
Because I thought you might be about to leave me, and I didn't want to be wearing a dressing gown. I slept with someone in New York.
Don't make it so heavy. Don't make it so heavy. By the way, I want to tell you this.
Start over?
I slept with someone in New York. I want you to know this so that we can get past it.
I slept with someone in New York.
And just say it's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Because why?
Because she's a whore.
Yeah, no big deal. She's a nobody. It wasn't emotional.
It wasn't emotional. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't leave me.
Yeah, now that I've told you, don't leave me. Let's work it out. Say that.
Now that I told you, let's work it out. Please don't leave me.
Why?
Don't be so heavy, Sam. Oh, you slept with someone. Tell me, why did you do that? You had oatmeal for breakfast? Why?
Why?
Just wondering.
For sex? I wanted sex.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. I was hungry. I needed a snack.
I wore a condom.
By the way, I should get some brownie points for that, right?
Was it good?
Yes.
Paramount whore?
No, 40 something street.
She wasn't that expensive. It was a cheap whore.
Cheap whore.
Yeah.
No, 40 something street.
It wasn't even Shake Shack. It was Wendy's.
Where did you go?
Her place.
Nice.
Not as nice as ours. I'm really sorry.
Why did you tell me?
Because I couldn't lie to you.
See, that's the kind of noble person I am. I can't lie to you. We have an honest relationship.
Why not?
Because I love you.
Take a breath, Sam, and say, no problem.
No problem.
And now say the line.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
So that's a moment of surprise, right? Like that is the last thing you expected. You expected her to go, oh God, that feels bad. She's there like, it's cool, bro. Do what you want. So back up a little bit and see if we can create that. Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Her place.
Nice.
Not as nice as ours. I'm really sorry.
Why did you tell me?
Because I couldn't lie to you.
Why not?
Because I love you.
It's fine.
Really?
Say, what the fuck, Jeremy?
What the fuck? Really? Why?
Why is it fine? I just cheated on you. Say that.
Why is it fine? I just cheated on you. Why?
Guilt present?
No big deal. Say, no big deal, Sam. It's no big
No
deal.
big deal. No big deal. It's nothing. Guilt present?
Love.
I'm telling you this because I love you.
I'm telling you this because I love you. Love present.
Say, you're acting weird.
You're acting weird though. Something's wrong. Anna,
Say, you're scaring me.
you're scaring me. I don't know what's going on with you. Are you leaving me?
Because that would be awful.
Because that would be awful. Why?
What did I do?
What did I do? I just told you the truth. Why?
Dan.
Found something better. Say that.
I found something better. Dan.
Cupid? He's our joke.
I love him.
He may be our joke, but I love him. That's
He
why
may
I'm
be our
leaving.
joke, but I love him.
Not you.
Not you.
You're seeing him now.
Are you actually seeing him right now? While we're in this talk right now, you're seeing him? Have you been seeing him this whole time?
Have you been seeing him this whole time?
Yes.
Say, what the fuck again?
What the fuck?
And interrogate her. Go for it.
Since when?
Since my opening last year.
Last year, it's a long time ago. I
Since
know.
my opening last year.
I know. I'm disgusting. Whatever.
I'm disgusting.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You're phenomenal. You're so clever.
So why the fuck did you marry me? If you want to be with him, say that.
So why the fuck did you marry me if you want to be with him? Why did you marry me?
I stopped seeing him. I wanted us to work.
Why did you tell me you wanted children?
Because I did.
And now you want children with him.
Say, are you serious?
Are you serious? And now you want children with him?
With who?
With him?
The slob?
The slob, the clown, Cupid? Now you want children with him?
Yes. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
You're not that sorry.
Yes, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Why?
I need him.
Great. Okay, we're running out of time, so I'm just going to stop, and there'll have to be a cliffhanger there. This is very much in process, and similar to what I was saying about Carolina and Christopher, I'd love to keep working on this, although I think, Jeremy, it might need a little bit more. Maybe we'd have to do some of the other scenes. I think it needs a little bit more research on your part. to um, connect to the character and the character's issues right now. Um, it's definitely getting better. That's what I'm feeling. Tell me how it's coming across for you.
Yeah, it is definitely different than the way I guess I was looking at it, but I enjoyed working on it and the notes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, this character gets vicious, but what's underneath that is like a wounded wild animal. And so right now, both the savageness of his attack and the pain that's underneath that would need to be sourced a little bit by you so that it could deepen inside you. You were where you started and what you said in the beginning, like you're in the moment. There's no bad acting happening here, you know? Like you're there, you're with her, it's organic. It just needs, I think, a little bit more deeper roots into the issues of the scene for you, which I'm sure you could find. And probably some sort of a character adjustment because you don't seem that arrogant, but he's a bit arrogant. So you'd have to find your inner snob.
Mhm.
You know, Donald Trump, I don't know what kind of people we have on this call, but I experience Donald Trump as being arrogant, but underneath that, he's tremendously insecure. That's why he always, in my opinion, that's why he always needs people to tell him how great he is. And not that this guy's like Trump, but there is something a bit narcissistic about him.
Yes.
Right? Which you don't seem to have, right? So you'd have to source that somehow, that there's some sort of a transformation. Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anything else before Marina takes over?
Yeah, we're yes.
We're
Anything
way,
else, Sugar Mate?
we're way over time here, but yeah.
Oh, no, no, no. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
No,
go
No,
ahead.
it's
but that's
okay.
not you. That's not you. This
Yeah.
is free of charge. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah, let's do our thing that we do because that was some work. We did some work there. So we're gonna get off mute. We're gonna clap. I want to hear it. Come on now. Come on, y'all.
Troy looks bored. I
All
can't
right.
hear.
Yeah, and we don't really clap in class. That's not allowed. It's just because we're on Zoom sphere. So we want to make sure everybody knows we're here. Jeremy,
Eric Gow.
so much for that. Sam, thank you for being the reader. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Sam and Chris are graduates of our program, and we're really excited to be seeing new folks in here. I know it is 8, but here's what I would like because I know people have questions. They have burning questions. So if anyone must leave at this time, I want to drop link to book a conversation with me if you want to talk more about this, you want to explore what it would look like to train. We're seeing kind of later, we do the Meisner technique. So it starts to progression. It starts at the very beginning. This isn't an open house, so I'm not going to get deep into that. But if people have questions about that, come through. Troy said it's only 5 on the West Coast. We got hours to go then, Troy. But if you can stay, and if Terry, you're okay with it, I'd love to do like another 15 minutes of questions because I know I have a lot of questions in the chat. Is that something we can do, Terry?
I'm open to it. I don't know if people have stamina, but I'm happy to stay for another 15 minutes and then I'm going to have dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So if you can stick around, would love to have y'all for a bit more. I'd promised Melora that I would answer her question. Well, Terry would answer her question. I don't know what the question is because I didn't see it in the chat. But Melora, do you still have a question that you would like to ask if you're still here?
I was just curious, the 4 actors that work today, have they studied with Terry, or he never worked with them before, or I
So
was
it's 2 actors that we choose like folks randomly, and they chose a scene. So we brought in some of our alums, recent grads from the program to read with them. So we had Carolina and Jeremy were they chose this scene that they wanted to work on, and Chris and Sam were asked if they would work with them.
Right. So I was more focused on Carolina and Jeremy, neither of whom I've really worked with before, and
oh,
we just provided the readers.
Yeah.
I see. I see. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're good, Melora. Thank you for your question. And I got a question from Anna in the chat. I don't know if it's Anna or Anna. I'm not sure if you're still here. Oh, there you are, Anna. Do you want to ask? I think your question's really interesting. I mean, all the questions I got were interesting, but yours is the first one, and I'd love to give you the chance to ask your question if you'd still like to.
Hello. Yes, I already had another question, but I'll ask the
Oh,
first
hi.
one.
I know you.
Yes, of course. I did the
Morning, love.
intensive with Anya. Hello.
Anna did the intensive last year with Anya. I think and you're gonna come train with us soon, I believe. I would like. I would
I
like.
mean, this is my dream, but I need to find a pot of gold. But anyways, I'll get to my
We'll talk
question.
about that later.
Manifest
So
it.
yes, I agree. I will. Marine, can I? Oh, okay. My question was basically if, as an actress for the first scene, or an actor, you don't have someone in your love life at that moment, how could you craft the relationship to your scene partner? Like I've done it where I had to have a scene where my lover died, so instead I imagined my friend, but I feel like it's harder because I want to have a child with this person. Like
Yeah.
how do you
So,
craft that?
yeah. So, of course, at the end of the day, there are many approaches to that, but um, one of the big divides in Western acting training is early Stanislavski versus later Stanislavski. So, early Stanislavski, which is basically the method and what Lee Strasberg was teaching and what his institute still teaches, would say that you're going to use real life events from your life and do what he called substitution, which is what you just described. Like, I'll substitute my friend for my lover, because those people and those events have meaning for you. So if you need to be sad, you might think about a time in the past when you got sad, like maybe your grandmother died, or your dog died, or a friend of yours got cancer, or someone broke up with you, and that would be the source of authentic emotion. Later, Stanislavski decided that he was more interested in the imagination and what could be rather than what was, for a lot of various reasons. And Meisner and Stella Adler both belong to that school of thought. So that's what we teach, that if you can imagine it, it can have just as much meaning for you as something that actually happened to you. And there's some advantages to that. One is that things change. So if when you were in kindergarten, it was painful for you because you're the only kid who didn't get a Valentine, thinking about it now as a grown up, that may not feel so painful. It may just seem like a kind of a cute story. And also, Strasbourg had at the time, and I don't know how they do it these days, but I studied there back in the day when Lee was still alive. It ended up not being my approach, but there is some value to it. But the rule was that you couldn't just use stuff that had meaning to you if it was fresh. Like if you, I'm just going to be really provocative here, but like if your grandmother died last night, don't bring that into a scene. You need to let that have some time. So the rule was 7 years or more in the past. But we actually now know that trauma is epigenetic, that you can have trauma from, if you're Jewish and you go to Auschwitz now, and the death camps were in the 40s and you were born in 1994, you can still feel really awful about that, and it can be quite traumatizing to you. And so that may not necessarily be healthy to make use of things that have meaning for you. They may belong more in the therapy realm than in the acting realm. Whereas if you can make it up, you can make up anything, which really goes back to what we did as kids. I mean, we made up, like, okay, I'm the king and you're the princess and we're in the castle, and unicorns are riding around. Like none of that's true, but we can have fun with that. Or like cops and robbers, like, stick them up. Like, go, wait a minute, that's a finger. What are you doing? So the power of the imagination and to play, if I were you in that thing, I'd go, well, what would it be like to have someone that you loved and someone that you wanted to have a child with? And you can make them whoever you want. You can make up your ideal lover. And it doesn't matter if you already have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You don't even have to use them. It can just be whoever you want. Okay, well, I'd like them to have red hair and I'd like them to be tall, and I'd like them to love dancing with me. And God, yes, I would love, if that were true, the magic word being if, yes, I'd want to have children with them. Even if in life you don't want to have children. Like, how do actors play parents? Like Sam Rockwell, who I work with all the time. He and his partner, Leslie Bibb, part of their deal is that they don't want kids, but they play parents all the time. And they play it very truthfully. And that's one of the cool things about acting is you get to like try on all kinds of other things that are different from your kind of boring life. So I would say imagine it rather than use your friend and substitute because you don't want to have kids with your friend. So as you say, it doesn't quite work. So, or maybe you do want to have kids with your friend, in which case, go for it. I don't know. But that would be my answer. We're more interested in the imagination, which is also endless, you know. I don't know if that answers your question, but that would be my approach.
Yes, it does. Because I was just wondering how would I mold that, but you just answered it when you said I can literally make like a whole person.
Yeah,
Like they're tall, they have red hair, they
yeah,
dance.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a wish list,
Okay.
a
Thank you,
dream
Terry.
board. Yeah.
And then one of my friends from Erda, Xingxi, is here as well. We talked about, remember at Erda's, we talked about how important it is to pronounce people's names. So am I close?
Yeah, yeah, pretty close. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, really appreciate it.
That's great.
What was your
Hi.
question?
Yeah, hi, I'm Xinzhi, currently study at Vanderbilt. I'm from China, and yeah, really happy to see the work today. Just building on the you answer you provided, I wonder what's your opinion on practical aesthetics, which is also
Yeah,
having the as if, but also invite actors to define the essential action in the scene so
yeah.
that they can use something more personal to them uh, after analyzing what's going on in the scene.
Right. Okay, so practical aesthetics, which is a technique that was started by David Mamet and W.H. Macy, and is kind of the um, home religion of the Atlantic Theater Company, and there's a book about that. David Mamet studied with Sanford Meisner, so and did not complete the work. The Meisner technique is a 2 year training, and the second year is traditionally by invitation. And from what I understand, David Mamet was not invited back or did not come back to do the second year. And obviously, you know, he went on to write many plays and write movies and direct movies and be a thought leader. And for some people, very provocative. And some people think that he's not so generous to women in his plays. So he's a controversial guy, but definitely a brilliant guy. That technique overlaps the Meisner technique. But to me, and by the way, it's very disciplined, and I know people who teach there, and Mary McCann, and you know, there are a lot of really good people who are connected to that institution. So I would never put down that place, and they have a lot of discipline, and they make a lot of work. And some people, including Ray from Pluribus, is a practical aesthetics person, is an Atlantic person, and some great work has been done by people who have trained that. I find it a little clinical. I find it not so personal. One of Mamet's tenets is that there's no such thing as character. You just play the objective. And then you just add stuff, like you add an accent or you add an addiction, and that it doesn't really become sort of transforming yourself into another version of you that happens to be a human being. Or, for instance, when they do the repetition work, just this gets really inside baseball, but those of you that know it will know it. One of the things that happens in repetition is that you notice what's going on in the other person's behavior. So you might say, "Oh, you're giving me a funny look," or "You just got twitchy over there," or something like that. That's important, but what's most important is how you feel about that. That is not necessarily emphasized in that technique. So they would list all the things that they're seeing, but there's something a little detached in terms of taking it personally. So, so I find often that I'm not always moved by actors who have trained in that technique because they're not always accessing deeper meaning inside themselves. But of course, some really great actors do that work, and I am moved by it. So it's not my thing. I like what I do, um, and I find it to be more meaningful, but I don't put them down. It's just not my thing.
And Terry, you said something interesting before, not tonight, but I've heard you say this a few times that, nobody goes to the theater or goes to the movie to see a Meisner actor or
Yes.
a Strasberg actor or a practical aesthetics actor. They're not like, oh, I'm really craving a Meisner actor tonight. They want to see good acting. So what I've heard you say, it's really about like what works for you.
That's
Is that
right.
right?
That's right. That's right. And it wasn't John Gielgud, it was the other guy. Um, but he did say to Dustin Hoffman, "Why don't you try acting?" At the end of the day, all good techniques should lead to the same place, which is good acting. And ultimately, you shouldn't see the technique. Like you shouldn't be able to go, "Oh, that guy's a Meisner actor." You don't want to see the technique. You want to see life unfolding in front of you, and whatever road someone took to get there, God bless them. If it works for them, let's do it.
Yep, love that. I think we have time for one more. Lykyra, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I know your hand's been up since the beginning, so I'd love to give you an opportunity.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, it's pronounced La Keira, three
Lykyra.
syllables.
La
All right.
Queira, that sounds very spicy.
Well, I'm Dominican, probably that's why.
I'm going there in about a month.
Oh
Oh,
my God, enjoy for me, please. With this
To
weather, it's just crazy. Ugh,
Las Terrenas in the Samana area.
that's my favorite
A
spot over
place I've
there.
been many times. I've been there at Las Terrenas and Las Galeras, flying into Santo Domingo.
Okay, you need your cedula.
Oh, yeah.
You need your ID.
Yeah.
Uh, basically, my question is related to like doing monologues. I've studied recently in Stella Adler and that type of creative and imagination or like pushing that let's say that block creative that you have inside sometimes while doing a monologue. For example, I did a monologue in which I really connected with it so much, but I guess I did the substitution technique with it at the same time at that moment. And
Fine.
we have a future audition for that. And the thing is that I kind of feel like, oh crap, I feel like I'm not, like I'm trying to reconnect with it, but it's just like, oh, should I make probably like a new connection to it? Should I make a new perspective? Or like, how can you encounter like old monologues that you've probably done before, but like at this certain moment in this certain present, it's like, oh, should I do it differently or how I used to know it, if that makes sense.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is there's no such thing as a monologue.
Oh, okay.
It's a dialogue. It just happens that the other person doesn't have any lines. Acting always unfolds between people. So in that scene that we saw before from Loose Ends, there's a big so-called monologue that he has about the horse that he buys. It's like a half a page for her, the present, the ancient Chinese treasure. But that, of course, is happening, unfolding off Susan and her responses. So I would always want to practice a so-called monologue with another actor, right? Even though they don't have any lines, so that it can really unfold off them. That's the first thing. The second thing has to do with, like, there's no reason to change whatever your crafting is just to be different, right? If it's working, keep doing it, right? Like if you have found something that works, you don't need to change it just to change it. But sometimes things wear out. Like if you have a favorite restaurant that you like to go to and you become obsessed with it, and after a while it's like, oh my God, I cannot go to that place again. Not for a while. I'm like done with it. Or I don't know, that Pharrell song Happy, like the first 87 times I heard it, I really liked it. And now I can't listen to it too much because I heard it too much. So actors are always reinventing themselves. Things that worked last week stop working for whatever reason. They just get tired or you need some refreshing. And that's why the access to the imagination that Stella and Meisner, and they were both members of the same theater along with Strasberg and Clifford Odets, the group theater, would say, like, well, just make up something new, something that works for you. Like at the end of the day, you have to find what works for you. But I wouldn't just change it to change it.
Mm, I see. Okay. So it's more as in like, well, yeah, I did use a lot of like, I guess, personal emotions with it. And then like now that it's overdone, it's just like, oh, now what? But
Well,
it does make sense.
what do you mean now that it's overdone? Now what? What do you mean by that?
Uh, I guess I did use also that monologue as a vessel to like move as a self-expression through that character, you
Yeah,
know? And well, in within the background, I'm also a psychologist, so I put a lot of psychology into it as well.
that's good.
So, yeah, and then now that I'm trying to restudy it, it's just like I know how I felt, but it's just like I guess I cannot just reconnect with already
Why
puked
not?
out
Why
already.
not? Why not? I'm going back to Las Terrenas. I've been there probably 8 times. I'm going to enjoy going there, and I'm sure I'm going to see some new things, but I'm also going to be, it's going to be nice to be at some of the old places. There's no
Mm.
harm in returning to the scene of the crime, right? And also, if you're noticing that something's not quite cooking, well, go back in the kitchen. At the end of the day, your job is to create the behavior, and not just as self-expression, but to honor the writer, right?
Oh.
Like the writer is telling a story, and it's your job to live out that story. No one goes to see you at the theater. They actually go to see themselves, and they go to see themselves reflected in the stories that you're telling. So this will be the last thing I say. See this cup? Meisner would say, and my teacher Bill Esper would say, I'm going to raise it up here a little bit. This is the part. This cup is the part. You don't want to bring the part down to you. You want to find the parts of yourself that honor this part and dial them up to tell that person's story. So, do you know Glass Menagerie? You guys know Glass Menagerie, Tennessee Williams? So, the main character in that, or one, there are four characters, but Laura is the main character. Now, as written, this is not interpretation. She is shy. She is low self-esteem. She is insecure, and she also has a disability related to her leg. And she has a very overbearing mother who it can't do anything except do everything she can to find Laura a boyfriend. She wants her to have a man. So let's say the actor, and it's a great part, the actor playing that is not insecure, is confident, is bold, is loud, right? Has none of those issues. You can't make Laura bold and loud because that's not what Tennessee Williams wrote. So your job is to find inside yourself the parts of you that could understand a version of you that could have low self-esteem, that could be shy, that could live in your fantasies with your little glass menagerie figures, so that you're honoring Tennessee Williams with parts of yourself that are organic and authentic. So actors are like, like a mixing board in a music studio. They're always remixing themselves, right? And what's cool about acting, like to me, a nightmare as an actor would be to play the same part for 25 years, like Law and Order SVU. Like, I want to play different parts. I mean, God bless Mariska. She's good. She has a foundation. Love that show. She's doing a service. But like, if that would be hell for me to be trapped in one part forever, I want to like mix it up, right? I want to play a shy person one day. I want to play a bad guy the next day. I want to play a hero the next day. I want to play a loser the next day. I want to play all the parts, right? So your job is to tell that story, not just to like express yourself.
Hmm.
Thank you, Terry.
That would be my opinion.
It's a
No,
good.
yeah, that was very insightful. Thank you.
And I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we've kept you guys 22 minutes over, and thank you for the 77 of you who wanted to stay. Ooh, 22, 77. It's very deep.
God bless
I'm
you all.
I just want to, I don't need to spotlight myself actually. I just want to thank you all again for coming and for your time. This was really wonderful. Terry is going to be in Atlanta soon and he's doing a version of a semi version of this in a few days, it's Saturday. And
Good.
Angelin dropped the link for that. If you want to sign up and see some more of his work, you're welcome to join for that as well. And we're sorry we couldn't get to all your questions. Everyone who privately messaged me, I wrote them down, and we will email you. I will ask Terry and get the answers and send them your way.
Jesus Christ Almighty, I'm just going to be exhausted.
More exhausted than you already are. I hope you're ready, Terry. These are big questions too. One
Terry,
of them is,
please
what is the
come to
meaning of
LA.
life?
I will. I will. I was there last spring, I think, in
Or
Santa Monica,
Time.
and we're
fall.
planning for the fall.
Fall. Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay.
No, no, you have to do it before that.
I can't.
Carol,
I wish I
Carolina,
could.
come to New York. How about
Yes, how
that?
about that? But I will be there in the fall for a week. Yeah, and hopefully that won't interfere with your busy shooting schedule.
Well, we're gonna be in Albuquerque then.
Okay. Well,
Terry,
I'm
you
not
have
going
to
to
go.
Albuquerque, and I am going back to Vancouver, probably this summer, Marina. Is that right?
Maybe late summer.
Maybe late summer. Okay. But
All
come to
right.
New York. I'm here in New York all the time. I'm going to be in Copenhagen and Rome in April, late March and early April.
Wow.
For those of you over there too.
All right. Terry's got to go have some dinner. I'm sure y'all do too. My dogs are death glaring me because I haven't fed them yet. Thank you all for your time, your energy. Thank you, Carolina and Jeremy and Chris and Sam. It's really nice to see you all. I'd love to have a conversation with you if you're curious about what we do here. We have intensives. We have online. Someone asked if there is an online option. There is. We have a beautiful conservatory, and there's actually one spot left in Terry's class, and this is the last week to join for that January class. So if you want to get in and start doing the work, reach out to me or my amazing assistant Gracie, who has the large movement studio as her backdrop. So if you want to come see this in person, it's quite beautiful. Those are all the things that we have to say. Thank you again for being here, and we hope.
Major thank you to Marina, Terry, and Angelin for coordinating all of this.
All right, we'll see you again soon. Hi, Napoon. Miss you. All
Okay,
right.
friends. Thank you. Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
so much,
Thank
everyone.
you, Terry.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.